Hey guys. So it looks like Pearl came out as a racist. I would never think that would happen with Pearl. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn my tablet down again. I've got it low, like on the lowest setting, but I can still hear it. I don't know how I'm able. That happens. It's the new Amazon Fire tablet. Whatever. But yeah, I would never think Pearl would be a racist. She tries to defend it. It's just weird the way she tries to defend it. Like, well, you'll see. I'm not gonna explain ahead.
And calling me love. I'm not calling you love. I'm calling you by your what I've come on for to tell you. Link will not be apologising about that. He won't be apologising. Now, you orangutan.
So that's the racist term that she used. She was saying that to the swearing shepherd. And obviously, that is, yes, it's an animal, but it is also a racist thing to say, you know. But Pearl does come on and try to defend it.
I know not to use that word. End of, you don't use it. That is disrespectful. That is the highest of insults on every level, right? I know not to use that word. But the word I used last night was what I use in my every day, the same as the word I use, I'll call people, right?
I mean, she's talking about the C word because a lot of editing went into this video. She called the swearing shepherd the C word a few times as well. So that's what she's talking about there. It's just YouTube and its guidelines. I've got to edit it out.
I'll call people, I do, a rat, a chihuahua, me chicken, and I also used the word me baby. The words I used, just like Laura said, she uses words. I am taking accountability because now I understand that I have hurt people by what I said.
Well, maybe stop calling people after animals. Yes, some of them are like little cutesy ones, like, oh, chicken or you're right, duck. But, I mean, some of them aren't. I mean, who wants to be called a rat? Kevin? Kevin's a rat. But you wouldn't use that every day, would you? You wouldn't walk up to one of your best mates and go, oh, you're right, rat. How's it going? But yeah, this gets tedious, this apology, this so-called apology. It really does. It's long.
Right? If I wasn't going to take accountability, listen, I would have just walked away from here, and because nobody on here is going to like affect my life, but I've affected myself for what I have said, right? This is why I've come on for. I've affected my life.
Right.
From
Get on with it.
saying that word, what I use on a daily basis, it was the first ever time I have rowed with. And do you know something? And you're going to say, Pearl, you're lying. When me and Laura was having that row, I didn't see a black woman in front of me. I didn't see a room full of black people in there. I was arguing with Laura, the swearing shepherdess, right? So I didn't see the black person stood in front of me. And listen, you're all going to say, yeah, you this, that, and the other. I'm telling you my point. How I use this word.
Right.
So I'm arguing with her.
Get on with
and
it then.
I also called her as well as that word that I said. No, I'm not digging a hole. I'm not digging a hole for myself.
You kind of are. Because instead of just straight up apologising it, you're trying to defend it. Just apologise and move on. What she's trying to get at is, which I've heard this excuse before, she wasn't being racist because to be racist you have to be, you have to attack an entire race. But she wasn't attacking an entire race. She was just attacking that one person, swearing shepherd. And that's what she's getting at. So she's not racist because she was only attacking that one person. But still, there's certain things you don't call people. You know what I mean? Because them certain animals were used in a racist term towards them. You know what I mean? There's other ones out there as well.
Explaining myself. So I call my grandkids that, and the way I use that word is you a proper cheeky. That's the way I use that word, and why I reference to my grandson is because they are a pack of cheekies. And
now what she's saying there's the C word again. She's not even gotten to the part of the racist comment. But why would you call your grandson the C word? I mean, you're not doing them any favours. Obviously, we know what happens when kids hear swear words. They pick it up and they start saying it. Now, what's going to happen when your grandson's at school and a teacher annoys him and he turns around and calls her a stupid C word? He's going to get into trouble. Hence the reason why you shouldn't be saying it in front of him, let alone calling him it. But you know, it is what it is. I suppose when it comes to different people's personalities.
my Isaac is the only one out of all of. No, leave the comments on. Luke, leave the comments on.
Get on with it.
Just let them have the say. That's what this live's about. Let people have the say. Because I have to know the wrong that I've done by saying that.
What's that say? Oh, how about... I forgot I did that. How about get on with it?
To a black person. Ever took that into no... what I'm trying to say is I didn't even think about who I was saying it to. So that's how much of not on my behalf I meant that as any racial slur, right? So, and why I use my Isaac for is because I'll say down there, which there's videos that I am going to upload lots of videos of since I've been on TikTok.
You see what I mean? All she's doing is she's just rambling on. Instead of just straight up apologising. Like, seriously. Just apologise and be done with it. But there is another, there's more to it. After Pearls, there's the Swearing Shepherd's response. And it's just as bad, to be honest with you.
Calling other people is me own, I'm on about. Other people doing this, saying this, is because... to let you know, it is a word I use, right? The same as quite a few words. But people who watch me will know what I say. Others that don't watch me will have took that as a racial,
a racial comment. Obviously. That's why you've got to be careful what you say when you're live. Yeah, the people that know you will understand it. They'll know that you didn't mean it in a racial way, but like you've just said, people that don't know you, obviously they're going to know, they're going to think it's racist. You're on a public platform. You'll have new people coming into your live every single day. Every minute of every day, you'll have someone new coming into your live. And that's what you need to take in account. That's why you've got to be careful with what you say. Don't assume that everyone that's watching you or that comes into your live knows you. Because they don't.
insult, right? And I promise you it wasn't. So why I'm getting back to my Isaac and why I referred to my grandkids as... and I'm not going to say it because now I know there's going to be lots and lots and lots of black people in this room, right? So that's the only reason I'm not saying it. When I'm on me...
So you call your grandson it? Is that what she's trying to say there? Why would you call your grandson it? Or do you call him it, like, as a playful thing? Because I used to be called, yeah, okay, so that might have been my bad there. Yeah, yeah. I used to be called Cheeky Monkey when I was a kid. I used to always get called that by the teachers, by my parents, oh, you cheeky little monkey, because I was a cheeky little sod. So yeah, and obviously that is another animal that is referenced to a racist term. So, okay, yeah, that's my fault, lad. That's my bad. I'll admit to that.
Your own thing, and if ever that word comes out of my mouth, I've told you it's a word I use. I call my grandkids it. I'll call
Yeah,
people around us. I call it.
I
I say
understand it now.
But that's the first encounter I have had with a black person having a one-on-one argument, and that's what I say. So
Yeah, but you must have known who you were talking to. You must have known who you were arguing with for it to come out like that. But then again, it could have been in a heat of a moment kind of comment. You know, I can understand when she says she calls her grandson, you know, as a little play on word kind of thing, you know, or you like I used to get called cheeky monkey, or you cheeky little monkey, you know, or you cheeky little, you know, orangutan, you know, a sheep or it, you know, maybe climbs about a lot, you know, oh look, you know, but to use it in it like as a slur, like in an argument, you know, it's not like you were being playful with the swearing shepherd. And that's where people are coming from. That's why people are attacking Pearl, because you weren't doing it in a playful manner, like she's trying to explain now is what she does with her grandson. It was an actual attack, so that's why she's been called a racist.
I am apologising to the black community.
Finally.
Because I know from what's gone on this app this morning, I have upset everybody and anybody. So I am sincerely apologising for that. I know you can't polish your word, and you're going to hear me say that word in the future, and I'm not apologising for using that word to my grandkids, because
Yeah.
I've done it all of their life, and
I mean, yeah, that's understandable. That is completely understandable. You know, is a playful word. Just be careful not to say it in the heat of an argument to someone that is of colour, you know. Because, like I said, she would have known that she was arguing with Swearing Shepherd. And she knows Swearing Shepherd is a woman of colour. So, you know, I mean, you can't really put yourself out there on social media and please everyone. You know what I mean? You're going to pay someone off. You can't make everybody happy. Excuse me. And that's what I think she's trying to do. But it's just impossible.
Said that word all of my life. If I'd said the M word or the N word, totally, yes, I could understand where people was coming from. But because I use that word day in and day out, I haven't took that as a racial slur.
Yeah.
I have not took that as a racial slur.
Yeah. So, you know, it is understandable. I can see where Pearl's coming from. You know, as a playful manner, especially with her grandkids, it's what she calls them. But I can also see where everyone that's calling her racist, I can see where they're coming from as well. But like I've said, you can't please everyone. Now, this is obviously Swearing Shepherd's turn. It's the video after this, because she starts laughing about it.
Why am I not privileged enough to be a victim in that, in racism? Because yesterday, as soon as I was called it, everyone wanted to attack me again for something else.
Now, she's been called out for this live, because people are calling this part that she's doing this fake, and the next part will back this up.
When will you stop? I can't feed animals right. I don't belong in the countryside, I belong in the hood or the ghetto.
I mean, no.
I'm not black enough to say blood clot, but I'm not white enough to say a lot. And then it kicks me back to that kid again. What am I? Where am I? And where do I belong, please? How do I talk, please? How should I walk? How should I act? Why don't I ever get heard?
But you do.
You know when you just know? It was a bittersweet moment last night. I can't
It was a bittersweet moment, was it? So what was all that fake crying before?
begin to tell you the emotions that went through being called an orangutan. Because as much as I went, yes! Ha 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 ha! You did what I knew you were going to do.
So you were laughing. So this bit here.
And then it kicks me back to that kid again.
So all that was what? For sure. You know what I mean? Now you can see why people are calling her Swearing Shepherd out for this. Because of the ending. Because of this.
It was a bittersweet moment last night. I can't
Pathetic.
begin to tell you the emotions that went through being called an orangutan. Because as much as I went, yeah!
Yeah, it looked like you were going, yeah. What didn't it? Fake tears. That's all it was. You can clearly see she was happy to be called it. Pathetic. But yeah, the only reason I'm showing you this is because it was sent to me. I don't normally do Swearing Shepherd because I don't like her, me. Especially, I mean, I don't exactly particularly like G Crew, but for what she did to him, that was bang out of order. But it's because she actually liked Kevin. She loved battling Kevin. Any friend of Kevin, I hate. Plus, she swears too much. 6-minute and 44-second video, and this bit here, and the last bit, took me forever to edit it. Effing this and effing that. It was annoying. But yeah, so it just goes to show, when you're watching someone's live and they're crying their eyes out, you can't really believe your own eyes or your own ears. Because it turns out it'll be a lie. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'll catch you in the next one.